You want to make a hit, sometimes you got to take a hit. I said that again. If you want to make a hit, sometimes you've got to take a hit. Now, what are we talking about here? Well, today we're exploring happiness. And this morning, as I was preparing to come to work, I was doing the school run. And quite uncharacteristically, my son Raphael, who he really enjoys his school, and he's lucky enough to go to one of these kind of like Steinery, Waldorfy, foresty school things where they just play in nature and learn maths and English and all that sort of stuff by observing and exploring nature. And yet this morning, quite uncharacteristically, he suddenly ran back out of the school gates, and the tears were starting to come down. And he was just like, "No, I don't want to go to school. I don't want to go to school." And the school is actually on a farm, and so it's just muddy everywhere. And I've got a presentation, a pitch to do this evening. So I was in kind of semi-smart whitish clothes, and in that moment, the decision is: do I pick up my son and get my trousers covered in mud and give him a big hug, or do I somehow kind of hold back and try and make like this presentation is more important than a moment of love and heartfelt connection with my son? And it wasn't even a choice. And yet we are, I hope, emerging from a time when to be professional meant to be cold, to be unfeeling, to be perfect. And so tonight, while I hope the words I share in my presentation are perfect, my attire, my clothing will not be. And this opens the question of, what is the small stuff that we need to sweat? And what is it important that we let slide? And if we really think about it, this is the heart of happiness. Like, what do we choose to care about? Today, the question, are you caring about the things that really matter? All right? That old saying, like, the things that count can't be counted, and the things that don't count can be counted. Or what, I can't remember the exact one. You stick in the quotes, the exact quote, but you get the gist, right? And the other piece I had in this is, right from that start there, like that if you want to make a hit, if you want to make a mark, if you want to do something important, sometimes you're going to need to take a hit. All right, and that might be taking a strategic loss. Taking a step back so that you actually can accelerate forward far quicker than you might have been able to. Tiger Woods is a great example of this. In my book, I document how Tiger Woods totally rebuilt his golf swing a number of times. And in that process, he's literally going from being an expert to being a beginner again. And yet he knew that on each iteration, his capacity to be more accurate or to drive the ball further is going to be increased, right? So if you want to make a hit, sometimes you have to take a hit. And again, this comes down to understanding what is the thing that requires care. What is the thing that I need to care about right now? So that's the question I leave you with today, okay? And a final piece in this, like when you get a hit, sometimes it's going to leave a scar, right? And actually, oftentimes, the temptation can be, I'm going to hide my scars. Let me not show these hits that I've taken. And my invitation is to consider that those scars define who you are. They let people know that you are someone who can be trusted, who has borne the slings and arrows of fate and has risen to serve them. Okay? So if we were going to finish this with a question, okay? Where might you need to take a stain? Like me, with my son's shoes all over my trousers, giving him a big hug. I took the stain because it was the thing that love called for. All right. So where right now in your life, whether it's your business, your home life, wherever it might be, where do you need to take the stain, knowing it's the right thing to do? And what are some of the scars that you can own that will let people know who you really are? I'll see you next time.